Let's get right into it. Number 9. The Memory Scrambler. Your brain is secretly rewriting your memories right now. Imagine being completely sure about your childhood memories. The chocolate cake at your birthday, the red balloons, your aunt's funny flower hat. Some of it might not be real, and you'd never know. Your brain does something called confabulation. It automatically fills in gaps in your memories. It works like autocorrect, but for your past experiences. When there's a missing piece, your brain silently creates new details that seem logical. That chocolate cake might have been vanilla. Those red balloons might have been blue. That ant with the funny hat might not have even been there. But your brain isn't trying to deceive you. It's protecting you from the terrifying reality of having holes in your memories. Instead of leaving scary blank spaces, it patches them with reasonable guesses. Every time you recall a memory, you're actually rebuilding it from scratch. It's like your brain is playing telephone with itself. Each time, details shift and change without you realizing. This is why different people remember the same event in completely different ways. When you and your sibling argue about how something happened, you're both probably wrong. But here's the truly unsettling part. This isn't a malfunction. Your brain deliberately prioritizes having a consistent story about who you are over keeping accurate records. It values your mental stability more than truth. Number 8. The excuse generator. Your mind is running a 24/7 PR firm dedicated to making you look good, especially to yourself. Scientists call this rationalization, but it's really your brain's excuse factory. Whenever you do something that makes you look or feel bad, your brain jumps into action. It's like having a creative lawyer living in your head, always ready to defend you. When you spend too much money on a new phone, your brain doesn't want you feeling bad about being financially irresponsible, so it starts manufacturing excuses. My old phone was getting slow anyway. This is an investment in my productivity. I deserve this after all my hard work. And you actually believe these excuses. Your brain is so good at this that it convinces you these aren't even excuses. They're reasons. This excuse generator works overtime when dealing with bigger issues. Failed a major exam? Your brain's got you covered. The teacher doesn't like me. The questions were unfair. I learn better through practical experience anyway. Cheated on your diet? No problem. I needed the energy. One cheat day won't hurt. Life is too short to count calories. Your brain is feeding you a comforting lie to keep you going. It's trying to protect your self-image and keep your mental health stable. Because if we had to face the harsh truth about every mistake we make, we'd probably never get out of bed. Number 7. The "this isn't happening" shield. Think of denial as your mind's emergency brake. When reality comes at you too fast, your brain pulls that brake hard. Sometimes, this is a literal neurological event. Doctors found that some stroke patients develop a condition called anosognosia. These people will completely deny that half their body is paralyzed. You could point to their paralyzed arm, and they'll insist it's moving just fine. They aren't lying. Their brains are literally blocking the reality of their paralysis because it's too overwhelming to process. Your brain pulls this trick with emotional stuff too. When you're in a relationship that's falling apart, your partner barely talks to you. They're always working late, and their phone is suddenly password protected. But your brain says, they're just busy with work, or maybe I'm overthinking things. Your mind blocks out the sound of your relationship crashing and burning. Denial isn't just ignoring reality. It's your brain's way of dosing out painful truth in small, manageable chunks. Like a mental painkiller, it numbs you just enough to function. But while this shield feels comforting, it can be destructive in the long run. It's like ignoring the check engine light in your car. You feel better not thinking about it, but that won't stop your engine from eventually exploding. Number 6. Projection. That friend who's always accusing their partner of cheating while they're the one sliding into DMs? That's projection in action. Think of projection like a movie theater, but instead of showing films, your brain is projecting all your uncomfortable thoughts onto other people. It's like having a really messy room, but instead of cleaning it, you just point at your roommate's desk and say, "You're so disorganized." The things we project are usually the things we hate most about ourselves. That coworker who's always complaining about how lazy everyone else is, they're probably struggling with their own productivity guilt. That person in your friend group who's always calling others fake isn't exactly winning awards for authenticity themselves. Your brain does this to protect you from facing uncomfortable truths about yourself. It's a mental magic trick that works so well, you don't even know you're doing it. The more strongly you react to a flaw in someone else, the more likely it is that you're actually mad at that same flaw in yourself. So next time you find yourself getting unreasonably angry at someone's behavior, ask yourself, is this actually about them, or am I just mad at myself? Because if something really pushes your buttons, Your brain might be using them as a mirror to show you something you're not ready to face. Number 5. Reaction formation. Some thoughts are too scary or uncomfortable to deal with, so instead of letting them in, your brain creates the exact opposite thought or behavior. The stronger the original feeling, the more extreme the opposite reaction becomes. It's like your brain is overcompensating, trying to convince both you and everyone else that you definitely don't feel that forbidden thing. You know that friend who's always posting about how amazing their relationship is? The one with 47 posts a day about how perfect their partner is. There's a good chance they're actually struggling with some serious relationship doubts. The person doing this usually has no idea it's happening. Their mind is protecting them so well from these uncomfortable thoughts that they genuinely believe in their opposite reaction. It's like putting a lid on a boiling pot. You can't see the bubbles anymore, but the pressure keeps building. That's why you sometimes see these dramatic breakdowns where someone's entire personality seems to flip overnight. All those suppressed feelings finally bust through. Number 4. Splitting. When you're stressed, your brain can install a giant light switch in your head. Everything becomes either light or dark, good or bad, friend or enemy. There's no middle ground. No, maybe they're just having a bad day. Scientists call this splitting. Your brain says, reality is too complicated right now, so we're going to make things simple. Picture this. Your boss, who usually loves your work, criticizes one tiny thing you did. Your brain flips that switch. Your boss transforms from an amazing mentor to a villain who's plotting to fire you. Your brain turns your boss into a cartoon villain because it's easier than accepting that they can both appreciate and criticize you. This mental light switch got installed when you were a baby. Your tiny brain couldn't handle that mom could both love you and be frustrated with you. So your brain created two different moms. The good mom who feeds and cuddles you, and the bad mom who's tired and cranky. That mental wiring can stick around. This affects how you see yourself too. Got a promotion? You're a genius who can do anything. Made a small mistake? You're the most worthless person who ever lived. Real life isn't a superhero movie where everyone's either a hero or a villain. Real life is complicated, and good people mess up sometimes. Number 3. The echo chamber effect. Your brain is basically running its own personal TikTok for you page. You scroll through your feed, and it's filled with stuff you already like and agree with. That's exactly what your brain does with information in real life. It's called confirmation bias. Your brain immediately goes into filter mode. If someone says things you agree with, your brain adds them as a friend. But if they're challenging your beliefs, your brain scrolls right past them. It's like having a bouncer in your mind that only lets in VIP information, the stuff that matches what you already believe. And just like a social media algorithm, the more you engage with certain types of information, the more your brain serves you similar content. If you believe cats are plotting to take over the world, you start noticing all these suspicious cat behaviors. That cat sitting in the window becomes a surveillance operative. Your neighbor's cat knocking over a plant becomes a gravity weapons test. Meanwhile, your brain completely ignores all evidence of cats just being regular lazy pets. And social media is like steroids for your brain's echo chamber. Those algorithms are your confirmation bias with a PhD in data science. They're so good at giving you what you want to see that they can almost predict what you'll believe before you believe it. The more time you spend in your echo chamber, the more convinced you become that you're seeing the whole picture. Number 2, the "it won't happen to me" syndrome. Your brain has a built-in filter that makes you think you're special. It's called optimism bias, and it's basically your brain's way of saying, bad stuff only happens to other people. Every smoker thinks they'll be the lucky one who lives to 90. You know texting while driving is dangerous, but you think you're better at it than everyone else. This isn't just you being cocky, it's your brain trying to protect you from living in constant fear. Scientists found this bias is so strong, it persists even with clear evidence against it. In experiments, when people got good news about their health risks, they updated their beliefs instantly. But when they got bad news, many just ignored it. It's like your brain automatically sends bad news to the trash. This same mechanism that keeps us optimistic can also get us into serious trouble. It's why people build houses in flood zones thinking the big one won't hit there. It's why people skip important medical screenings. And it's why that guy who got eaten by a bear probably thought bears only attack other people. Even knowing about this bias doesn't make you immune to it. Right now, you're probably thinking, I make rational decisions. That's literally the bias happening in real time. So next time you catch yourself thinking, it won't happen to me, remember that's exactly what everyone else thought too. Number 1. The Karma Delusion. When something bad happens to someone, there's always that one person who says, well, they must have done something to deserve it. That's your brain trying to make sense of a chaotic world. Our minds hate the idea that bad things can happen randomly. Scientists call this the just world fallacy, but you probably know it as karma. It's comforting to think that good things happen to good people and bad things happen to bad people. Scientists did a dark experiment in the 1960s. They had people watch someone getting electric shocks as part of a learning experiment. The observers couldn't stop the shocks. So instead of feeling bad for the victim, people started coming up with reasons why they deserved it. They probably weren't trying hard enough. They must have done something wrong. Their brain would rather blame the victim than accept a terrifying truth. Bad things can happen to anyone, at any time, for no reason at all. When someone's house gets robbed, people say, they should have had better locks. They shouldn't have lived in that neighborhood. This mental trick helps us feel safe, because if bad things only happen to people who deserve it, then we can protect ourselves by just being good enough. But this delusion actually makes the world worse. When we blame victims, we're less likely to help them or fix broken systems. It's like seeing someone fall into a hole, and instead of helping, you lecture them about not watching where they were going. The universe isn't keeping score, and sometimes bad things just happen. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.